right, and welcome back to the show. We're definitely giving you tips on how to be safe this New Year's Eve. Have you thought about what is going to happen or what could actually occur when you go out and make merry? That's what we're talking about, and I definitely do have the perfect individuals here for you in studio to give you a few tips on how to be safe this New Year's. Still with me is the king of condom and of course our family from St. John's Ambulance. And so of course, welcome back to the show. Just before we went on a break, Stella, you actually wanted to add on to what the king of condom, Stanley, was saying about people who do engage in unprotected sex and some of the mistakes that they do make. So if you find yourself in such a position, and I'm sure a lot of this does happen because you end up intoxicated and you end up, you know, in that situation. Yeah. Why don't you tell us what you had in mind?
Okay, we've handled so many cases whereby someone has been intoxicated or maybe you got drunk and then you forgot about yourself. And then when you wake up, you don't remember going to be tested or maybe visiting a hospital like early enough. So they tend to visit us like maybe after 1 week. So remember, in case you're infected, you're supposed to see a doctor or maybe you're supposed to be tested within 72 hours. So don't go looking for a doctor after the 72 hours have elapsed. So you'll be doing a zero work. So in case you want to be helped, you better go before 72 hours elapses.
I'm just wondering, even in terms of the education that's out there, because clearly people still don't know this enough. Whose role is it? Because we can't just leave it to the king of condom to be telling people what to do, in all honesty. What do you think needs to be done going forward? Let me start off with you, Stella. Actually,
it is your personal, you should be responsible for yourself. This is personal responsibility. Don't wait for someone to take care of you. It's your life. It's your life. Life is irreversible. So if you don't take precautions, then you're in for it. So you won't, what should I say? You won't blame anyone. You won't blame anyone.
Okay. I want us to cover a little bit in terms of accidents when we come back. But now your thoughts even on that, Stanley.
Mine is about ignorance. Is one of the things that is bringing a lot of challenges. Assumption. With HIV, we are now 36 years old since the first person was maybe the first case of HIV in our country. We have so many young children who have been born with HIV and now they're employed, they want to get married, but still they have the virus. And I think this assumption that is this girl, she have cleared Form 4, we need dash, we need to break. You see, there's this myth that you cannot break virginity with condom. You get it? And I think sometimes I went back to, I visited China. In China, they have one rule, one family, one child. Now they have put it to one child, one family, 2 children. They use a lot of condoms. It is all over. We need to accept condom. We need to discuss about sex with our children. It is the now parents to start negotiating and telling children what they know about HIV/AIDS, because we have it at workplace, but you can't talk it at home. If we leave it to teachers, teachers are also parents. They can't talk to their children the same thing we want teachers to talk. Who will tell them the truth? And it's about ignorance. It's about they don't know. And that's why you say, know your HIV status, know something about your safety, know something about sex. Because 80% of all new HIV infection is through sex.
And, you know, I'm also wondering, even that you brought up that point, that, you know, parents need to start sensitizing their children to these things. I'm wondering, because if we're assuming that children are not getting into it, and yet you're going to let them go out this holiday season, shock us a little bit in terms of what you've come across as from the youngest of ages you've come across who happen to be HIV positive.
No, we have children who have been born with HIV. We
have through sex,
through sex. Let's go back. The youngest mother in our country is 8 years. We have a child who is 9 years, who is also a mother, 10, 11, 13. We have
already at risk.
Now, I don't think how we need to tell Kenyans. Last year, the UNFPA did a research, and they told us we had 378 children between 10 years and 18 years who are pregnant within 1 year. 378,000.
Yeah.
Now, if we say we carry out like 500,000 abortions every year in our country, who do that? Who facilitate that?
So that is a key indicator that if people are getting pregnant, then you
sex
know
is happening.
sex is happening.
Now, does it mean you want to allow to believe it when you see your daughter or your son is being accused of making somebody pregnant? So we need to agree that all parents, I'm also a parent. Let's start during this Christmas.
Okay.
I was so happy that this year we didn't record a lot of pregnancies like last year.
Yeah.
And we reduce and we see zero, and we allow our children to grow up and enjoy their youthfulness, not putting them to be parents when it's too early.
It's true.
It's so sad.
Babies taking care of babies.
Babies taking care of babies.
Okay, something else that unfortunately we do see, and you see a lot of campaigns around this time, you know, even if it's New Year's and of course we're moving into 2020, it has been there. We're still saying, please be safe on the roads. And unfortunately, there are still those accidents that are being recorded. Tell us, in terms of your experience, what you see on the ground around the festive season and the emergencies that you're handling.
Should I say it's crazy? It's damn crazy, especially at night.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
So right now,
It's
a lot of
crazy.
you are working almost 24-hour shifts.
Of course, we do work 24 hours. Like, that's my normal shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't complain about it because I need to save lives anyway.
Yeah.
So we've handled so many cases in terms of accidents. Yeah, most of the drivers they drink a lot. Yeah. And some are rushing to get money, like doing a lot of rounds in town so they can make more money. So that causes a lot of accidents. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, it's so unfortunate that you also find that school buses cause accidents. Yeah. It's unfortunate. And something that people never mention is the safest drivers are ladies. I've never seen an accident that has been caused by a lady.
Really?
So, gentlemen, please, can you start driving like ladies?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's so...
Yeah.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
One of these fine days, I'll do a simulation for you.
Right.
So that you can see the type of injuries that we see. So maybe it can teach some people, some of the drivers around.
Absolutely.
We'll do a simulation for that.
Yeah.
Showing the types of injuries, the fractures, you know, the contusions. I mean, it's terrible.
It's terrible. But what we also do see frequently on the road, Stella, and you'll agree, is that people will witness an accident but also not know what to do. Yes. Should you find yourself in such a scenario, first of all, we are saying don't drink and drive. That's number one. Yeah. This New Year's, please don't. Yes, you can order a taxi, but if that was to occur,
if you happen to notice that there's an accident, maybe it's a mass casualty incident case, it's a big scenario, please don't start handling the casualties without gloves. You cannot handle someone who is bleeding without gloves because you'll infect him. And number two, you may handle them in an awkward way that they might injure their spines, that they'll never walk again. Those people need experts to handle them. We need to arrest bleeding, yes, but you don't have the gloves.
But people will do that. They'll immediately try to get the person, the casualty, put them in, you know, whatever, it's a taxi or any other car, and try to rush them to the nearest hospital.
I want them not to do that. Please call for an ambulance. Yeah. Just condone the environment, make it safe, then call for an ambulance. We are 24 hours working, and it's not just St. John alone. We have so many other agencies that are working, so we'll be able to respond and help the casualties.
Right.
Please,
okay, so how do you contain then the situation with the individual?
If the person, suppose you had gloves, if the person is bleeding so profusely, you can just tap on the injured part, press it. That is a direct pressure. It's like you're applying direct pressure. Yes. That is stopping bleeding. Yeah, and if it is too much that you can, maybe the surface is big, then you can get a clean cloth. Remember, you must be in gloves. Get a clean cloth, wrap it tightly as the other person calls for the ambulance. Yes.
Sometimes, do you think it's wiser for people to go get help, then come back to the scene, than you stopping and trying to perform that first aid?
No, you know what you can do, maybe you can call someone whom you can communicate with, then you tell them to condone the environment, the area, and then tell the other one to call for the ambulance as you perform your first aid. Yeah, because you can't handle all the cases alone by yourself.
Right.
It can be a bit trickier.
Okay, okay, all right. Getting back to, of course, our safe sex talk. When you actually read about some of the effects of just having unsafe sex, is the emotional part that comes with it. Is it true from, you know, your experience on the ground, this does damage individuals emotionally when they wake up and they realize after they've sobered up that, oh my gosh, I slept with who, I did this, I did that. So it's not just even the physical, mentally, you get so unstable from it.
I think this slogan, kweli kuliendaji, aji, you know that song?
And by the way, I do like that song. It's actually a nice song, but yes.
It's kweli kuliendaji. If you get in a situation that you don't know what happened yesterday, come for counseling. Talk to us 1190. At least we can manage your brain. Before you get a lot of anxiety, you get a lot of blame, you start hating yourself because haujui kuliendaji. You don't know what happened. And one of the things I'm advising young people, we have this problem of 3C. C, a person with a good car. That's why men are dying corruption so as they can buy good cars. Good cell phone, my friend. There are people who have good phones and cash. And most of young people are looking for people with 3C. And I'm telling them, if you are looking for somebody with 3C, have your own C. You are a condom.
Everything goes back to that condom,
My messages all end with condom. Because with or without condom, sex will happen. But it will not save and it will have some impact. And we are losing a lot of... In Kenya today, we are having 89 new HIV infection among the youth between 18 and 24. Now you can imagine, that's 2 classes every day getting infected. We're gonna stop this. And we'll stop by talking the truth and breaking the silence. We have been silenced for a very long time.
And we are burying people.
And the people who are not interested, they don't care. They are old generation. They don't want you to, hizo maneno, you can't talk them here. But the person you want to talk to doesn't have even a clue of the information you're giving.
So they just go about doing things because they don't know.
They don't know. Yes.
Okay.
If somebody doesn't know how to drive, they know how to push a car. You get it? They can push, but they don't know how to drive. So we want people, if they want to engage them into sex activities, they know the consequences, they know how, they know why, they are well prepared. If somebody wants even to break her virginity during this Christmas, call to us. Call us.
Just talk.
Talk to us. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it now? Why do you, can you postpone? Can you delay? And we keep on telling people, you can delay sex even for 1 hour. And it can give you a different result.
It can change your life.
It can change your life. Delay sex even for a week. Postpone. And those are the skills we want to give our young people. We want to record a very good history of stopping new HIV infection happening at TV cost. It's so painful for our children who are losing their parents. Parents who are losing their children because of HIV. And it's not an accident.
It's not an accident.
We can talk about it.
Going back also now to, you know, as always, the drinking culture that we have. As St. John's or even as a paramedic, for those who now, you know, aren't too sure, okay, fine, what is my limit? How should I be drinking wisely? We need to actually talk a little bit about that. How to go about drinking wisely?
I'll still repeat what I said before. You must have a friend that knows you better. A friend that knows that when you take 2, you're okay. So that in case of anything, they'll control you. They'll control your alcohol. Because if you just by yourself, you'll forget and you'll keep on drinking, and then that will lead to something else. So you must have a friend that you must be having many friends, but at least you have one special one that knows you in and out. The one that knows you better than your mother or your sister or whatever.
I'm very curious, even in terms of some of the cases you see, even from just house parties alone. Please, I'm so intrigued. I really want to hear about that.
About the house parties?
Yeah, house parties and the emergencies that actually emerge from that.
You know, sometimes you find that in parties, there is dragging. Even if they are house parties, there is dragging. When someone is doing dragging, they make sure that you don't know. Let's talk about breaking the virginity. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You'll find that this boy has been with this girlfriend for quite some time.
Yeah. And
this girl is serious taking soft drinks. And then this boy will be like, no, this is the day I have to do something. I have to get her. Today I managed to bring her out of the party. Yeah. So they'll do the dragging thing. And then he'll get rid of the girl. Yeah. So these things are happening. Yeah.
Recreational drugs.
Exactly.
Are also part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you see cases of, you know, something going wrong when people are just enjoying the drugs, whatever it is that they have on the table?
Yeah, it is very wrong because I wonder how they get those drugs because as a matter of fact, I don't think they are sold over the counter.
No, they're not. Yeah.
So I think, I'm sorry, some chemists have to be careful because if you're selling this to, I mean, to schoolgirls, to schoolboys, it's very unhealthy to them. Yeah, because where else do they get the drugs from? Definitely from chemists. So they're using the drugs to do so many things, to get their praise, to steal from them, to rape them. I mean, it's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad, yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, when we talk a little bit about the distribution of condoms or accessibility to condoms, Stanley, if I'm going for my party and, you know, I'm in campus, sorry to say that because this will be probably the age bracket that definitely needs to hear this. You have said that, by the way, call us. Will supply you. In fact, every government, what did you said every government toilet?
Yes, these public toilets.
Public toilet, sorry, yes, public toilets public toilets are going to actually have these.
Yes, yes.
But there's someone who says, okay, fine, I don't see myself being in that position of going to, you know, whether it's these public toilets. So they just need to simply call you. And if it will be treated with, at the utmost, you know, it will be discreet.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We have all the health centers.
Yeah.
They have condoms. All we are coming up with a plan. Yeah. That we have one of petrol station. I've not said which one. Yeah. But people can access condom in a petrol station.
The government ones.
The government one for free. And we also coming up with some other kings and princes and queens in every estate, in every county.
Right, like ambassadors.
Like ambassadors who can. People can be calling and people can be distributing condom because when the urge of sex comes, some people don't have the choice.
You're right.
They don't know even where to get condom. Some people it is a surprise. Yeah. Like keep on telling even young people, when you're invited for this kuku, kuja tukule kuku, unakula kuku unakuliwa. You know that? Really? So if somebody invite you for kuku, carry condoms because you are the next.
You're the next one.
We need some skills. Yeah. You know, we need some skills. We need to shed light because there is a gap. Right. There are these people who are married. They want to take advantage. I pity for our young people. Right. They want to take advantage for the young people.
And you think someone there is with good intentions?
Yes. Yeah. But this person doesn't have intention. Like now, from here, I'm going to Aga Khan Hospital. Okay. The son of my boss was dragged in a matatu. There are some chemicals. I don't know what they are putting. You say hi to somebody. Yeah. And then you collapse. He's now in HDU in Aga Khan.
That is so unfortunate. Stella, do you know about that?
His phone was stolen, his wallet was stolen, and he's a university student, and he was in a matatu, and he was found. Yeah. So many things can happen. And I advise young people, if somebody asks you for your number, telephone number, and you don't feel there's any connection, look for numbers that you can cram in your head. Right. Like the city mortuary number, like these Waganga, these house to rent numbers. Yes. Give them. Yeah. At least to set you free. And I say, contact is one of the things that put people at risk. Right. Don't go saying hi to everybody. Yeah. No. If they want to say hi, tell them to send, we have radio. Do we still have those salamu kwa radio? Tuma salamu.
Yes.
I don't agree.
They should do that. That's one way of staying safe.
Yes, don't give your number. Give some other people number. That's number one. If you found yourself at risk situation, put your phone off. Ask for your friend, that person you are suspecting, to be maybe, he's not right. Tell him, give your number, I want to call my cousin. Have a code with your cousin.
Right.
If I call you and I tell you, Anika nguo, I'ma do this.
You know I'm in trouble.
No, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, so you've got to have a code language.
Yes, have a code language, and that person will trace you with that number.
Right.
Because we have so many criminals, but we all have common one thing, mobile numbers.
Yeah.
It can help us. So let's use that mobile number in a very positive way. Cram 3-4 numbers.
Yeah.
You can even go out, tell the watchman, give me this number. Tell somebody, my friend, this is happening. Let's be good. I do a campaign called Be Nice. Let's be nice to people.
Yeah.
Please be nice. If somebody come and ask you for a help, be willing to help without expecting something.
Right.
Because me, I don't expect anything by giving out condoms.
Right.
I expect people not to infect themselves. We need to change the attitude, the mindset. We need to adjust. We need to align. The way we take our cars for alignment, for adjustment, we need to align people's brain now. Because it's about do and die.
It's about a shift.
It is about a shift.
It's a shift.
So when you're talking about sex, it's not that you're so mannerless.
Yeah.
You're giving people information that is there.
And I would suppose, Stella, this is a good time to start that conversation because we're all at home.
Yes.
We're all at home, right?
Yes.
And even in terms of what not to do and how to stay safe, and if there's an emergency, this is the right time to start.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about, even how to encourage this discussion at home.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to talk to the mothers. Mothers should be very close to their daughters. They should be talking freely to their daughters so that in case they go out, they need to tell them where they are. And they need to give them at least a contact of one of the friends that they are with. By the way,
this thing needs to be a must. It can't just be, okay, Stella is my daughter. I don't know any of her friends. I don't know where she goes. I don't know it.
Know your daughter's friends. Share the contacts and be free with your daughters. Even if they go do whatever they do, make sure that you know some of the things that they usually do outside there. And for dads, be close to your boy. If you're be close to your son, be talking to them, be sharing with them. I mean, sit down and talk to them freely. Don't spare some notes for them. Just share with them. And I remember there's a time I was, just to share with you guys, there's a time I was in a certain event. It was a school event, and there was a 12-year-old girl who just came to me and she was like, Madam Nurse, can I have some contraceptives, please? Then I was like, how old are you? I'm 12 years, and I usually use it, and my mother knows that I use. So, okay, she actually needed not the pills. She needed the condom. I was like, what? It's a young girl, she's asking for the condom, but I didn't have a condom, and I really felt shame on me. Nowadays, my trauma kit has a condom in it.
Wow.
Yeah, just to keep safe.
Because are you happy to hear that?
Yeah,
your trauma kit always has a condom in it.
This now should be the queen of condoms.
We
need ambassadors.
You're seeing this on the ground a lot.
Yeah. And they come asking for them. So you can imagine if someone, it's a kid who is telling you that my mother is aware, my dad is aware that I use condoms. It's better off than someone who misuses her body unknowingly. So it's a plus for parents who keep sharing stories with their kids. So be open with your kids.
Okay.
Just be open with your kids.
Okay. One thing that we have not touched on is the use of injections. You do see that a lot, Buona Stanley. When people, like I said, in terms of recreational drugs, and that's why I asked you if you see a situation where someone seems like, they've knocked off ODing over when it comes to drug use, what do we do? In this case, also talking about the awareness of, injections and how it is spreading this virus.
We have a program, and I need to appreciate our government. Because the government is giving free syringe to those people who are drug users, as we help them to reduce and get out from the drugs. And one of the things that I've ever seen for the last 20 years in my field of HIV/AIDS is somebody giving the other one Brad, because he had taken drugs before and is hiding, but he doesn't have for this guy. And what he decided to do is just to draw up some
a pint of blood,
yes, from his body and donating it to this guy. Now, without counting, you're not in the same blood group. About the HIV in that blood. And we are reaching out to those people. We have a center in Kiambu County. We have another one in Ngara. We have another one in Madare. We are opening up, and those young people are coming, and we are helping them. But for the newcomers in this business, they are really at risk. They are really at risk. And we are seeing a lot of habit change and behavior change in our African setup. Because even for the first time now, we are counting that people are voluntarily having sex. Men are having sex with other men. It have never been there. It is now coming up.
Now you have
so many
yes,
people.
you have to face that.
And now when we are talking about now even safety, you're not even safe with your uncle and your cousin and the other people. And that's what we're telling parents. Now again, we are talking to parents. No. We have what we call Family Matters program in LV City Health that we train parents even how to talk to their children, even girls, to prepare girls even when periods are coming. What do you expect? How do you deal with it? Even men, when they are having those feelings, we want men, the fathers now, to talk. How did you meet your mom? What is the discussion? Because one of the things we are assuming, we were there. What did you do when you were informed to as a parent?
How did you handle it?
Yes, what was your thought? What were things that your son, your daughter is facing the same? It's not that because you are the mother, now your son is not thinking the way you used to think. And I keep on telling people, if you started sex when you were in primary school or secondary school, the opportunity of your son doing the same is very high.
Okay, so let's wind up and we're going to do a recap very quickly. One of the points that you stressed is that this holiday season or this New Year's always have the buddy, what did you call it? The buddy system. Buddy system. Yes. Always have someone that you're out with. Number 2, be aware of the drinks that you have and your environment. Always important. Don't go out handshaking people. Don't go out, of course, dishing out your number.
Don't. Please don't.
Okay, and of course, always stay safe. Carry a
condom.
A condom. Okay. Sasa, because it definitely will, of course, save your life. And we sure hope that my team in studio have done that for you. I want to say very quickly a big thank you to who we have in studio from St. John's Ambulance. She is a paramedic and she goes by the name of Stella Sakina. And of course, we cannot forget Stanley Ngara, who, by the way, is also called by the father of condom. He's Mr. Condom, but he is indeed the king of condom. And we're going to invite him back to studio very, very soon. I want to see if my co-hosts are here and have enjoyed this discussion. Have you?
Yes.
And I have some
I don't know about Jeff, but I was glued the entire time.
And I think it's very interesting, even as we discuss it, because even as we go into this particular season, it's important that you understand that whatever you're doing, the festive season, be cautious. It's all fun and games until in January. You don't only have a hangover, there are very many other effects that you have to deal with.
And they talked even a little bit about how even you get affected emotionally. It does drain you as an individual. It does, it does. Okay.
Also, all hail the king of condoms.
I have some Christmas gifts for you. I have female condoms. This for female, this for male. At least make sure you have some condoms.
Is that what you have in your bag?
This is what I carry every day. Take
so
this
is how you just dish them out,
Oh, sure. Surprise you.
So where you going to be over New Year's and where
I will be all over this city. But today I want to give you female condom. And how you introduce it to your partner.
You can
why are you keeping all of them?
It's like you don't have to keep all of them.
Like, thank you very much. I'm going to kuziuza.
Hey, biashara ni biashara, my friends.
Okay.
Because you want to have women in your lives. Okay, all right. Here.
Okay, Shiko.
Moja.
Okay.
Mbili.
Okay.
Tatu.
Even the Jeff.
The Christmas gift.
Can we just close the show on this note?
Yes, can we? Because this is becoming very rubbery and slippery.
Oh, Oh, jeez.
Okay, well, there you have it.
Okay,
I can tell you for free, Stella did not think she would leave this show with condoms today. Well, you never know what happens right here. Have a great festive season. As always, be safe. And of course, we'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.